Omicron variant has made its way to Colorado and 4 other states. This morning, doctors are weighing in on the concerns. Hospitalizations for COVID-19 are still high, staffing is still low, and now nurses in Longmont are working to unionize, wanting better pay and working conditions. The U.S. government is set to stay open at least until February. Today, President Biden will talk about November job numbers. 9 News Morning starts right now.
And good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Gary, Natasha, Ed with you on this Friday. Corey is off.
Yes, we made it to Friday, and this morning we were talking about holiday traditions, new or old. We want to hear yours, so if you have one, text it to us at 303-871-1491.
Got lots of them.
Yes.
Tons of traditions.
That's what people look forward to, I think, the tradition, what Grandma even used to do, and it's still happening today. So it's fun to do that.
Yep, absolutely. Well, first we want to check the weather forecast. One tradition for a lot of people is the parade lights, and it's going to be a nice night for it.
65 degrees the high tomorrow, so we're going to be in like the 40s. Yeah. It's going to be terrific, and how rare is that, as we know?
Yes.
That's right. But we do have some snow in the forecast. However, all the models that we keep watching are trending drier and drier with this chance for snow. So does it break our snow streak? I'm not so sure. First of all, let's take a look at what we've got. 39 degrees, mostly clear skies around here. We do have a front that's just pushing through the eastern plains right now. Not a lot with it, a few clouds and some cooler temperatures, but really that's about it. So all day long, mostly sunny skies across the state. Tomorrow into Saturday, we'll see sunny skies with just a few passing clouds, and that is it. So today, 62 degrees with sunny skies around here. A little better tomorrow, 65 degrees. So really nice way to start the weekend. And then on Sunday, partly cloudy skies, a bit cooler at 56 degrees, and then cooler still on Monday with 43, but increasing clouds Monday, and Monday night into Tuesday, chance for snow showers, maybe a little light snow, 39 on Tuesday, but then it's gone. Wednesday, we're back to mostly sunny skies and a seasonal high of 48.
Ed, thank you so much. Let's get you out the door this morning. A live look for you at C470 and Broadway, where things are very quiet so far. The metro area looking exactly the same. Good and quiet, no major issues or even closures to report so far this Friday morning. Great way to kick things off. East-westbound I-70 drive times here between I-25 and 225 looking great. 8 minutes or less in either direction right now. South-northbound I-25 drive between downtown and the tech center also quick. Your drive just 14 minutes.
We're going to fight this variance with science and speed, not chaos and confusion.
This morning, President Biden has a plan in place to fight a winter surge of COVID-19. One new benefit from the plan, the cost of in-home COVID-19 tests will be reimbursable through your private health insurance. That's expected to start in late January. 50 million free tests will go out to community sites and rural areas.
Boy, that is a good deal. And there's also a change in travel requirements coming up. Anyone flying to the U.S. from other countries must have a negative COVID test within 24 hours. There's also going to be new family vaccination clinics so that families can all get their shots together.
The Omicron variant has been detected in California, Minnesota, Hawaii, New York, and here in Colorado. 9 News reporter Eddie Randall is live at the Colorado Department of Health this morning to tell us more about that case. Eddie?
Good morning, Natasha. Yes, CDPHE confirmed the first Colorado Omicron variant case, and we learned that it's a woman who lives in Arapahoe County. We learned she recently just returned from traveling to the southern parts of South Africa, and state health officials also say that woman traveled through Denver International Airport on her return. What we do know is that she is fully vaccinated but has not received a booster. Now, she is experiencing minor symptoms and is recovering in isolation at home. Now, while more research is still needed, state health officials say the Omicron variant appears to be more transmissible. Governor Jared Polis urging Coloradans to get vaccinated and boosted. You can get a booster 6 months after getting your second dose of a Pfizer or Moderna vaccine and 2 months after getting the J&J vaccine. Still ahead on 9 News Mornings, we're hearing from our 9 Health expert, Dr. Payal Kohli, about what she has to say about the Omicron variant. I'll have that story coming up at 5:30. Gary?
All right, Eddie, thanks for the update. Nearly half of Colorado's hospitals are now expecting staff shortages by next week. Nurses at a hospital in Longmont want better pay and better patient care, and so they are trying to unionize.
In the last few weeks, we have regularly had RNs taking 3 and sometimes 4 patients at a time. This is day in and day out.
Nurses say they're still waiting on results of a vote to join the National Nurses United. That's a vote that was cast 5 months ago. We reached out to the National Labor Relations Board about the results. We're still waiting for clarification.
Police in Denver have arrested a man accused of kidnapping and luring victims to his car. They think he's tied to several cases. We want to warn you, the next two stories cover sexual assault. Police arrested 31-year-old Abiye Adamu for an incident on Sunday. We don't have a photo of him. Investigators say he may be behind 4 sex assaults between November 25th and November 29th. Police say he forced or lured victims into a 2016 black Honda Civic, and this happened at 17th and Wine Coop, 16th and Logan, 17th and Broadway, and Colfax and Clarkson. Police say there may be more victims. Are asking anyone to call them if they know anything. The number of calls coming into the Blue Bench, which helps sexual assault survivors, went up a lot in November. The group says they typically get around 160 calls each month, but last month they got more than 300. Now, not all of these calls came right after an assault, but the group says the increase in demand has to do with a few things, including the pandemic and the holiday season.
You know, we're with family, we're with loved ones. There's always dynamics that are out of our control. We need more resources on the ground, so we're going to be expanding kind of those critical care right at the front services. Someone calls, they need immediate help. We're working to expand that team.
The Blue Bench hopes to expand that team with more funding. They say more funding means more workers and resources, which could help meet demand.
The U.S. government is not going to shut down tonight. Congress did pass a stopgap measure to keep the government open until February 18th. Some Republican senators aren't happy with the funding in it for President Biden's vaccine mandate, and they tried to block it. NBC's Alice Barr explains.
Good news for federal workers this morning. Their paychecks are secure with a government shutdown averted.
I am glad that in the end, cooler heads prevailed. The government will stay open.
On this vote, the yeas are 69, the nays are 28.
Congress passed a stopgap measure last night that funds the government through mid-February. 19 Senate Republicans joined all Democrats voting yes.
That's disgraceful.
Despite a push from a handful of GOP members to block the bill over opposition to federal vaccine mandates.
Only thing I want to shut down is Congress funding enforcement of an immoral, unconstitutional vaccine mandate.
Republicans plan to bring up a measure next week to overturn the mandate for private businesses. It appears likely to pass the Senate with support from moderate Democrat Joe Manchin.
I've been very supportive of a mandate for federal government, for military, for all the people that work on government payroll. I've been less enthused about it in the private sector.
The bill is less likely to pass the Democrat-controlled House, though for now the mandates are tied up in court. Opponents argue the mandates could force unvaccinated employees out of the workforce at a time when labor shortages are fueling supply chain problems and soaring inflation. A November jobs report due out this morning could shed light on whether workers sidelined throughout the pandemic are beginning to return to the job. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.